again, proud of our guys. Winning college football games is difficult, and especially where we're at as a program. These guys, we knew that there was going to be adversity throughout the game, and that it wasn't going to be easy. And I thought, we lulled a little bit here and there, but for the most part responded. And I thought it was a tale of two halves for both sides of the ball. I got to watch the film to kind of figure out why. We were a bit inconsistent on defense in the first half. Obviously made some big plays with a pick six and then a pick there at the end of the half. But, I thought we didn't get a ton of pressure on the quarterback and allowed him to sit back there and find some holes in our zone. But the offense played well in that first half. And then we go out in the second half and sputter around a little bit offensively. But the defense, when the game was in question, basically held them to 3 points there and in the second half. And offense found a rhythm there that last, meaningful drive there, and was proud that they were able to do that. So again, we're down the home stretch here, and we've got an opportunity to go on the road and win us our fifth conference game. I believe that's correct, right? Are we 4-3 in conference now, right? Win us our fifth conference game, and become bowl eligible, which is an improvement and something that these seniors truly deserve. Questions?
Tom, speaking of the seniors, you've mentioned that several times. How refreshing was to see Antoine make several big plays, actually, Lojo, and then Jason Hall, who hadn't been on the field much this year, was rocking soccer out there.
It was big. Antoine's a guy that, if anybody's paid attention, has, heard me sing his praises numerous times. This is a guy that needed to pass an ungodly amount of hours in the spring and summer to graduate, and he needed to graduate to be eligible to play this season. And he, Craig Niver dove into his life and, prodded him and taught him and mentored him to where he did. And he graduated and is playing really good. And this is a guy that has, thrived in his role on special teams, done an excellent job there. And then, when PJ goes down, he's, filled in very, very well for PJ. And then, Jason Hall, that's another product of PJ, kind of going out. We've had to kind of shuffle that lineup a little bit, and it was good to see him, find a natural home there, kind of down low to the box and being able to defend the run a little bit.
Tom, do you have any updates on Gary Johnson or Dorian?
Yeah. I apologize. So the two guys that are out, Gary Johnson, neck sprain right now. They're X-raying it for precaution. And then Dorian Leonard with a foot, they're going to X-ray that as well. He obviously could not return. The other two I have written down, just Malik with a toe sprain returned, and Tennille with a knee bursitis but returned. So those two guys, Gary and Dorian, like I said, are getting X-rayed, and that's about all I know right now.
Tom, how upsetting is it to you that you didn't have a more comfortable win tonight? And do you worry at all about the perception or the confidence level of your team for not blowing them out?
No. We're no on both accounts. Our guys are confident. They know that that's a team that's playing really, really hard on the other side, and especially defensively, they got two guys that'll get my vote for all conference in 96 and 2. Those are two of the better defensive linemen in this conference, and so I don't think there's any. No, I know there's not. There's no lack of confidence or there's no issue with perception. Winning for us right now is going to be hard, and that's okay. That's okay as long as we win.
Sam just played a couple plays in the first half, and then there at the end, was that you just wanting to get him back in the field a little bit and trying to stay with Shane throughout, the entire game, trying to stick with one quarterback basically throughout the game?
Yes, on all accounts. We had said going in that we were going to play Sam for a series at least, and that series was going to be the 4th series. Obviously, he goes in, and 2 plays later we score a touchdown because of the field position. But I didn't think it would be fair for him to jog back in, having not played in 21 days or whatever in a game, and it's just different when you play quarterback in practice because nobody touches you, and we wanted to see how he would respond, and thought he did well, and tonight it would have taken some kind of disaster for us to make a switch at that point.
Coach, I'm not an offensive guru, but it seems like there's a lot that can go well when you open up the game with a bomb like you did tonight. And you've done that a couple times, go long to start the game. You put doubt in defenders' mind and stuff like that. Are you surprised that more teams don't do that? I mean, it seems like it was a big play at the right time, obviously.
Well, usually when you throw the ball down the field, it's less high of a percentage that you're going to complete it, and one thing you don't want to do either though is go 3 and out on your first series either, and so but it was a calculated risk, one that we knew when we jogged that personnel in, and that we were pretty certain we were going to get the coverage that we got, and did a great job in protection, and great route by Lorenzo and great throw by Shane. So we was excited to see us execute. So no, I mean, I don't know if surprised is the right word that more people don't do it. I think it's got to be calculated though when you do.
Coach Becker had the 44-yard miss tonight. Just as far as the kicking game goes, how frustrated are you with that right now, and what's your plan with that going forward?
Very. And the plan is, as you saw the rest of the game, I thought our offense responded for as many 4th downs as we converted, 4 of them, which is big. Again, going back to, some of the 3rd down issues we had last week, I think, our philosophy was to either max protect and try to find some voids if it was a max drop, or try to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly and allow our receivers to run after the catch, and knowing that we might come up a little bit short, but have a plan to go for it on 4th down, and that plan was obviously accelerated with us missing a field goal. So the plan moving forward is what it is. I mean, we go back to the drawing board. We coach them. We try to correct mistakes the best we can, and we go compete in the week of practice. And if the situation dictates itself, we'll jog them out again and see if we haven't corrected ourselves.
Tom, obviously, big first quarter, 28 points, and then, like you said, offense sort of hit a little bit of a snag. Do you think that was more just Kansas making adjustments, or was the offense just struggling to kind of regain the momentum that it lost?
Yeah, I think the momentum thing is real. I think, with such an inexperienced outfit that we have right now, that we've got to do a better job of not worrying about what the score is, and not worrying about how the defense is playing, and not worrying about, oh, dang it, they stopped us, we have to punt. We knew that we were going to have to punt every now and again in this game, and we harped on it all week about making sure that we maintain a positive energy on that side of the ball. And I think we did. I think and we've got to do a better job on first and second down of staying ahead of the chains, because I think as you saw, that's third and long. We're not built to convert third and longs right now, and so. But if we can stay ahead of the chains and stay in 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, then we've got a lot of things that are able to convert. So I thought we'd let the momentum, probably get to us just a hair, but we snapped out of it pretty well.
Tom, as a whole, you said this team has been playing well lately, KU, and you get the win. But did you see what you wanted to out of your team today?
I think we played hard, so that is continually encouraging. If you play hard and you play physical and you play with a purpose greater than yourself, you've got an opportunity to overcome a lot of deficiencies and a lot of adversity. And so I do think we did that. We're continually a work in progress, and there's going to be a ton of things that we've got to correct. The biggest thing that stood out to me, this is a defense that's our defense that's been, playing lights out here the last, few weeks, and I thought, again, just on the field, that we didn't handle the throw game, extremely well in the first half, but. I thought, again, coming out in the second half, holding them to 3 points and meaningful play was encouraging.
Brian? Tom, now that it's over, I'm dying to know, what did you think about being 33-point favorites?
I didn't know we were 30. I don't ever know what favorite we are. No. Okay. That's a lot, though.
Right, exactly. And then, the idea of going for it on 4th down. We've joked about the binder, and I know all that, but just there are times when your offense is in real no man's land. Whether to go for it, you can't kick it, whatever. Just how frustrating does that leave you at times, and how much does it impact your decision?
A couple things. I think that the biggest frustrating one tonight was, I think it was 4th and 6 on the 34. And not going to line up and attempt a 51-yard field goal, but you're going to punt it from the 34-yard line too. That seems a little bit silly as well. And so I think the defense coaches and players are all on board. They understand our situation. In fact, had they for whatever reason not called that last touchdown a touchdown, we were going to try to take a delay and back us up, and we were going to kick it to put us up, whatever that would have been, 18, so that would have been three possessions. There are times when, even on 4th and inches from the goal line, we were going to kick that thing because that was the smart play. But, again, 4th and 6 from the 34, I don't know what else there is to do except go for it, and we've got to have a really good plan moving forward. Sure.
10 for 25 for the season so far. How much do you think that has impacted y'all's overall standing?
What do you mean standing?
I don't know. Do you think doing better or having a kicker, and how much does that swing the wins and losses?
No more than any deficiencies that we have. I've never thought of it in those terms, so for me to give you a true answer would be pretty rash, but everything matters. And to pinpoint one deficiency is glaringly, the sole or biggest contributor to losing football games. That's not fair. So, but it does affect the way that we call a game.
At some point during the offseason, during the Q&A, you expressed, I guess, a little bit of surprise when someone pointed out that Texas hadn't had any defensive or special teams touchdowns. Now that you guys have 6, is that even more surprising to you that that this team wasn't able to find those big plays last year?
Yeah, I don't know anything about last year. I'm excited about you know, what it says right there, our plan to win is play great defense. And, you know, for the most part, when you're scoring points on defense and getting turnovers, that's a big part of that.
Two last ones, Anwar on the right.
I have 2 quick ones for you, Coach. Daniel Young seemed to have some success in the first quarter. He didn't really get the ball much in the second. After that, was there any reason why you guys kind of went away from him after the first quarter?
No, I mean, I didn't feel that on the field. You know, I remember, you know, telling the offensive staff, hey, you know, we need to play Tennille a little bit more. I think he only had 1 carry at halftime, but I didn't. There wasn't a cognizant effort to not give Danny the ball in the second quarter.
And another thing is we've seen more of John Burt and, of course, Lorenzo. What have those guys been doing? And I guess you're probably going to say practice, but what have they been doing to earn some more playing time?
Well, they've been doing things right, which is, you know, the biggest thing that offensively that we've got to do is, you know, just do things right. Be at the right depth at the right time, you know, block the right guy, use the right footwork. And then when it's your opportunity at wide receiver, make a play. And then those guys have.
Last one on the left, Chip.
Tom, what do you anticipate Sam and Shackelford playing more next week? And how would you rate Devontae Davis tonight?
All 3 of those guys, I hate to sound coach speak, but, you know, I think a lot of those decisions are made based off the grading of the film, you know, and, you know, some discussions about different guys. But, you know, the good thing is that, you know, Sam and Shackelford got their sea legs under them tonight, and we'll be able to, you know, make better decisions moving forward.
Thank you.
Thanks.